Hello students, I welcome you all to this English class. Here we study a poem today and the name of the poem is No Men Are Foreign, written by James Kirkup. First of all, dear children, let me introduce you with its title, which says No Men Are Foreign. Foreign means a person who belongs to another country. Now, when the poet James Kirkup is saying that no men are foreign, so he means to say that no man belongs to another country. So he wants to say that all men are equal, they are same. So he wants to promote the thought of or the concept of universal brotherhood. So, in this poem, the poet wants to say that all are the same in this world. He wants to promote universal brotherhood. We can also say that it is a peace poem. The poet says all men, all people are same. They eat, live and die the same way. And we should not consider people of other countries as strange or as foreign. People may be different in food habits, dresses, and lifestyles, but the mind and body of people are the same everywhere. All human beings are brothers. People of other countries are no different from us. So the title is quite justified. And now let's understand the lines of the poem. No Men Are Foreign by James Kirkup. Remember, no men are strange, no countries foreign. Beneath all uniforms, a single body breathes. Like ours, the land our brothers walk upon. Is earth like this, in which we all shall lie? They too, aware of sun and air and water, are fed by peaceful harvests, by war's long winters starved. Their hands are ours, and in their lines we read a labor not different from our own. Remember, they have eyes like ours that wake or sleep, and strength that can be won by love. In every land is common life that all can recognize and understand. Let us remember, whenever we are told to hate our brothers, it is ourselves that we shall dispossess, betray, condemn. Remember, we who take arms against each other, it is the human earth that we defile. Our hells of fire and dust outrage the innocence of air that is everywhere our own. Remember, no men are foreign and no countries strange. So, remember, no men are strange, no countries foreign. Beneath all uniforms, a single body breathes. Like ours, the land our brothers walk upon. Is earth like this, in which we all shall lie? Beneath means what? Beneath means under. And what is the meaning of the word strange? Strange means unknown. Strange means unknown. So, in the first line, the poet says that no men are strange and no country is foreign. So, the poet is attempting to remove the borders from the earth, which have been erected, which have been made to separate different countries. Fine. So, then only no country will be foreign. When will no country be foreign? When there will be no borders. So we will feel every country as our own land when there will be no borders. Everyone will be free to move around. Walk upon means move around. The poet wants to say that the entire earth is one, and all the people who live on this earth belong to one human race. Then the poet says that inside the uniforms, born by soldiers of different countries, the human being is the same, single body. Human being is the same. God has made all of us in a similar way. Do you agree? I hope yes. Children, we all breathe in the same way. See the word breathe here. Then the poet says that all the soldiers are our brothers, like ours the land our brothers walk upon. And we all walk upon the same Mother Earth. And further he says that after death we all shall lie in the grave under the same earth. So the poet wants to say that all men are same and all are equal. Okay, let's move now. They too, aware of sun and air and water, are fed by peaceful harvests, by what's long winter starved. Their hands are ours, and in their lines we read a labor not different from our own. Let's look at the difficult words first. Aware. Aware means having knowledge. Fine. And then starved. Starved means suffered from hunger. Okay. Now they too aware of sun and air and water. They refers to those people who belong to other countries. What do we call them? We call them foreigners. And what do we do with the foreigners? We consider them as strangers, discriminate them, and also fight with them. But the poet here says that nature has given all the bounties to all people just like he has given to us. Everyone gets sunlight, air and water in equal measure, which means what? That God does not differentiate people from different countries. You know, we all do farming during the time of peace and enjoy the harvest. And when do we enjoy the harvest? When there is no war. We live a relaxed life and enjoy the harvest given to us by nature. Fine. But on the other hand, during the time of wars and during winters, winters means difficult times. We all suffer that time in winters or in wars equally. So, even they don't get food at that time. So he wants to say, the poet wants to say that foreigners who belong to another country and we both are same. Their hands are ours. We both are same. And they work very hard just like we do. Labor means the hands of the other people also work very hard just like us. So here the poet is giving all these examples to convey to us that there is no difference in us and the people belonging to another country. Remember, they have eyes like ours that wake or sleep, and strength that can be won by love in every land is common life that all can recognize and understand. Now the poet is telling us to remember something. He says that we should keep in mind that the people of another country, whom we think to be our enemies, have been given the same thing by God that has been given to us. And what is that? Similar appearance like us. God has given them eyes like ours. Clear? Which open when awake and close when we are asleep. Fine. Similarly, he has given them strength, power, which we can win through love. Fine. So, then the poet says that in every country, in every land, there is one common thing. What is that? That is life. Life means all the things that are living. Fine. All the things that are living has what? Has life. And if we can recognize them and if we can understand their feelings and realize that they are like us, then there will be no fights or wars between us. So what do we need? We need to understand. We need to recognize. What do we need to recognize? We need to recognize and understand the feelings, the love. Fine. And then there will be no wars, no fights between us and the foreigners. Let us remember, whenever we are told to hate our brothers, it is ourselves that we shall dispossess, betray, condemn. Remember, we who take arms against each other. Now let us look at the difficult words first. Dispossess means deprive. Betray means be gravely, seriously disloyal to. Fine. And then condemn. It means indicate disapproval. Disapproval of. So now the poet says, in these lines, the poet says that we should remember that whenever someone tells us to hate a person from another country, to think him as our enemy, and whenever we think someone to be our enemy, then we deprive ourselves, we cheat ourselves, and we condemn ourselves. Fine. So he says that we should stay away from such negativity. We should not consider anyone to be our enemy. During a war, both the parties bear the loss. So that is why the poet says that war is not in our favor. He says that whenever we pick any weapon against someone, we should remember one thing. And what is that? We should remember that we are not enemies, but the brothers. We should remember about the brotherhood. It is the human earth that we defile. Our hells of fire and dust outrage the innocence of air that is everywhere our own. Remember, no men are foreign and no countries strange. Now, the word defile means pollute. And then outrage the innocence means violate or destroy the purity of. So now in these 4 last lines, we should keep in mind that whenever we pick weapons against any person, we make the earth dirty. Because weapons do what? The weapons kill people, and their bodies which fall on the earth make it dirty, defile, pollute. So whenever war happens, it leads to a lot of bloodshed, fire and death. And then these dead bodies gather on the earth and ultimately make the earth impure, pollute. You know, the dirty fire, the dirty smoke and the dirty dust of war pollutes the purity of the air. So therefore, the poet says that we should not involve ourselves in war at all. And then here the poet is ending the poem by writing what? By writing the first line in reverse and saying that, remember, no men are foreign and no countries strange. And now we'll talk about the poetic devices in our next video. Thank you.